Hello everyone, I'm Marieanne, the Artsy Crafter. Welcome to my channel. Today we're going to make a pocket for the journal that I'm working on at the moment, which is this one here, the All About Me journal. And I'm going to work on this page, which is the inside of the second signature cover here. And I'm going to make a pocket with a bit of a difference. And this is I've just cut out the pocket out of some coffee dyed copy paper, and I put a hinge on it. This is 5 inches by 5 inches, which is, what is in centimeters? It's roughly about 13 centimeters. And there's a 3/8 of an inch spine, hinges on both sides, or roughly about 1 centimeter hinges on both sides. And so on the front here, we're going to put these little squares here. First of all, I'm going to divide them up and make them a little bit grungy, like this here. So how I did that was I got a book page, and I divided it up into the squares, and then I just cut them out. They measure 2.5 inch squares in inches, and I put a 1/2 inch border all the way around. And then you'll want to do the cross section here to divide the border from the centerpiece. And in centimeters, it's 6.5 centimeters square with a 1.5 centimeter border all the way around. So if you dry all that up, it took this one here, it took 2 book pages. So and then what I did then was just to fold all the way around on those lines like that. Then once I've done that, fold them up both ways. This book page is a little bit darker on one side than the other, so you can choose whether you want to have this side up or this side up. Then all I do now is I just want to grunge up the edges here, and I do a little, where the lines are at here, I just do a little bit of a nick, not all the way to this line here. Otherwise the pieces will start falling apart. So I just give a couple little nicks here and on those lines and just scrunch it up. So I start this lightly, and then you can scrunch it up a little bit more later on, but that's what I do in the beginning. Start the process like that on that end, and scrunch it all up. You have to excuse my dog, he's having a little bit of a cough in the background. I didn't even know he was in here. Okay, so I've got them going this way, but it doesn't matter. So they'll eventually look like this, and then I just inked around the edges here. You can see, so you can pick which side you want and ink around the edges. And then I just made these little doodle squares, and they are the inside 1/2 inch square, or 1.5 centimeters square. So I just divide them up into those measurements, and then I just did some doodling, just painted some watercolors on the background, and then I used either watercolor or some acrylic paint or gesso or whatever you want, or white pen. The white pen I gave up on because it kept clogging up, and I used gold pen or gold paint and ink pens. So you can, whatever you want to do. I mean, you might want to go and get some images from a book page or a whole image and cut that up into little squares. And then what we're going to do is, once we cut those squares up, we'll put them in the center of here, glue them onto the center of here, and then they will all fit on here in a 3x3 here. They don't look like they'll fit at the moment, but they will. And so I'll go ahead and do that first. And this idea, I saw it on Pinterest. I have no idea who invented the idea or who created it first, but I think it was wonderful. It was adorable. So yes, I had to have it in my journal. So I'll be back in a minute when I've got all these squares cut out and glued onto the center of all these panels. I'll see you then. Okay, there we go. They're all done. I did find that it made life much easier if you actually glue the little squares onto the side that you have the ruled lines, just to make sure that you do get them in the very center where they should be. Otherwise they may not fit onto the pocket. So it's just a process of reinforcing those lines again, or those folds. And you can go ahead and scrunch them up a little bit more if you wish. These book pages are very delicate, so I don't want to scrunch them up too much, but I do want them to look a bit lacy. So, and some of them you'll notice the squares are on the other side. I don't know how I did that, but I don't care about that, whether they're all the same or not. And if some tear off, don't worry about it, because once they get glued down, they'll be facing up like that. And then of course, once you put them in the journal, and you they will all scrunch down after a while anyway, from the weight of the journal pages. So now it's a matter of getting them all even onto the pocket. So I'm going to, if I can find the right ink, I'll ink around the edges, and I just moved everything around, so of course I can't find the ink I want. It doesn't really matter, I suppose. Oh, this one here, Frayed Burr. This is my new favourite ink colour. So I'm just going to do the edges of the pocket here. Okay. Probably won't see most of this, but anyway, it's all done now. So now all you have to do is glue these down. So the best way I know how to do this is to fold all those flaps inwards. So you're left with the, get them out of the way, so you're left with the square, and then you glue that down. If you want the writing up the right way, make sure that's up the right way. If you don't worry about it. It doesn't matter to you, well then don't worry about it. So I have tested this fun. If you follow the opposite flaps and then the other ones down like that, it makes it a little bit easier, but it's not necessary. I can't remember how it'd be a good idea to just take a photo if you want them to be all the little images in a specific order. It'd be good to take a photo, a screenshot of them first before you cut them up, but I didn't do that, and I don't really remember where they all were, and don't really care actually, except that it would be nice to not have similar ones together, spread out. So for instance, I think that one might have been there. these are white, so have a white one on separate, and I know these leaves go up this way, so I could have that there, and have them in different places like that. And this one's a bit different, so watch what I'm doing. So, oops, finger is twitching. Okay, so anyway, I thought the best way to do this would be to have do the outside ones first, all the corners, and that way, without having to measure it all up and draw lines and whatnot. So I can have that one down there, and one there and one there. Okay, that's fine. Do it that way. So if I put these 4 on the corners there, and then these ones, and then these ones, and then the one in the middle, it should space out on its own, hopefully. Work out naturally. Here goes. Use my tweezers. Didn't know they had it upside down or not. Get my head out of the shot. So that's the first one. There you go. Now close. Can you see all together? If they don't perfectly line up, it doesn't matter, because you won't really see the edges too much once you scrunch all these flaps down. So you can just go ahead and do all that. Especially where they're here, you can just press them down and scrunch them up a little bit more. As I said, once you put them into the journal and close the journal up, the pages will naturally squish them all down anyway. So I just thought it was a fun little project to do. So anyway, I'll leave it for now, and I can play with it more later off camera. For now, I don't want to make this tutorial too long. So now that can go on the page. So I have to get my journal here, and it will sit here. I hope it will sit here. I did measure it before. Yes. So keep those all scrunched up like that, and it'll sit comfortably on the page. So I don't want this background page, it looks ugly. So this is going to be a pocket, if I hadn't explained that properly before. This is just a background page that I coffee dyed and just did some stenciling. My tree stencil, I think, on that. I don't know what it was, but anyway, any stencil will do. And I wanted to keep in this natural color scheme, so I thought that matched perfectly. So I'll just cut this background page out and glue it onto here, and then I'll attach the pocket. So I'll come back when I've done all that. Okay, there we go, our background page, and now I'm just going to glue the hinges and the bottom, and we can attach the pocket. Okay, there we are, all done, and just have to fluff up these little edges here to so they pop up the way you like it, and that's it. There's our little pocket here. One little pocket. We'll make on another video. We'll make a pocket. A journal card to go in there. But for today, that's it. Just short and sweet little tutorial. I hope you like it, and I hope you do one for your own journal because they're lots of fun, and you can. The possibility is endless of what images you can put in there. You could put little photographs of your family or your pets or whatever, or do a drawing and cut it up into panels, whatever you like. So there you are. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope to see you in the next journal. Have a happy crafting day, everyone, and see you next time. Bye bye.